Welcome back, friends. My name is Ross, and I help people rewrite their stories. And today I want to talk more about how to define your purpose. We talked about that in another video before, and now we're following it up with step 2. So you've got your list, you've written down what it is you feel compelled to do, what you feel you're here to do. And I didn't mention this in the last video, but I want to say it here now. That might change over time as you grow, as you learn, as you evolve. Your interests are going to evolve too, and that's okay. Whenever you feel yourself losing interest, I guess we'll say, in whatever your passion is, take that as a cue to re-examine everything about your life and look and see where you're being called. So, you've got your list, you've narrowed down what your purpose is, and so how do we go about making it a reality? The second thing you do after you've made your list is look at your thing, whatever it is, and think about everything in your life that is not serving you, that is hindering you from accomplishing that task. So for me, my thing was to be a writer. And so I started looking at my life and seeing what was keeping me from that. And as we were talking about in a previous video, a lot of that dealt with owning my shit and looking at what negative beliefs I had, what faulty programming I had that was still running on autopilot that I needed to uninstall, what habits I had that were keeping me from being the best writer I could be. I remember I was working on a novel and I had to write about something uncomfortable that happened in the novel, and I thought the best way to do that was to get belligerently drunk so I wouldn't have to filter, so I wouldn't have to feel, essentially, or to maybe feel more. And going back over that, it was awful. I repeated myself multiple times. It was practically unusable, but that was something I felt I had to do to get that out. And reflecting on it, that wasn't something that was serving me. The same thing, I was working on another novel, and I noticed that I was having all these really great ideas when I was high. And so I thought, oh, okay, so I'm just going to keep getting high, and then the ideas will keep coming, and they didn't. I would get high, and then I would get distracted by everything, and I would just want to listen to music and eat, which was fun for about the first week and a half, but then I realized you're not doing anything. You're telling yourself this story that you think you need to be doing these things, but it's keeping you from that. So look at your habits. Look at those, what we call them the other day, unsavory bits, and see which of those aren't serving you, and then work on letting them go, getting them out of your life. And this doesn't just apply to your own stuff. This is the people in your life, the situations in your life, the circumstances of your life. Anything that is not serving your greater purpose, you need to get rid of. And if that is a person you really like, if they've got a banging booty or some calves to die for, but they're not really helping you in any way, then you need to get rid of them, especially if they don't support your vision. And this can be especially difficult if that person is a family member. Not with the banging booty and the dynamite calves, that's weird. But if there's a person in your life, in your family, that is constantly negative or just a toxic source that is holding you back, that is keeping you small and stagnant and scared, You need to get rid of them. And it's not, you're going to feel a lot of guilt and shame because that's how society raised us, that we are supposed to be beholden to our family. But at a certain point, you have to look at your family members and see that they are people too. They are not just your aunt, your uncle, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. They are people with their own flaws and they're on their own journey. And it might not be your place here in this world on your journey to help them get over their stuff. But if their stuff is keeping you from being your best self, then the best option for you is to separate from them. And this goes for any kind of relationship. If you find yourself always the person who is reaching out to a friend, who's always trying to instigate, and then if that person takes days or weeks to respond to you, then that person probably isn't the best for you. And it doesn't mean that they are bad, it's just that all that energy, all that attention you're putting into trying to keep this seemingly one-sided friendship going could be diverted into your purpose, into your passion. And once you're focused on that, once you're focused on yourself, then you can flourish. And I know what you're thinking right now, that all of this focus on self seems selfish. And yeah, it is. But it's the good kind of selfish. This is the selfish that propels you. You cannot help people without first helping yourself. And if you're doing something, if you're currently not on your purpose, and it's keeping you small and contained, and it's hindering your expression of your own inner self, then you're not helping anyone. If you want to change the world, you have to change yourself first. That's probably a quote. I'm probably paraphrasing, but it's true. And as we always talk about, the only thing you can change is yourself. You can't change people. All you can change is your perception of them. When it comes down to real change, all you can change is yourself. So take a look at your life and see what in it is hindering you from achieving your purpose. Look at everything that is negative, that is holding you back, that is a source of resistance. And then let it go. Let it go, and what you want will flow. You know that's true because it rhymes. If it helps, you can make a list of these things and then just go through one by one. Start with the easiest, because that's probably going to be easier than trying to rearrange a family life that you've grown into, that you've been in for decades. Just go through and remove one a week, one a month, and once you do that, once you free up your life from all that negativity, I promise you, you'll start stepping into the life you want to live. Everything you want will come to you once you let go of everything that you don't want. I believe in you, my friends. I know you can do this. I know it sounds hard, but to get what you want, you have to do something you've never done before. And that might be letting go of old crutches that you think you still need to stand. But I believe in you, and you can stand on your own. You might be a little bit wobbly at first, but can you just imagine if when you were learning to walk as a child, you gave up the first time you fell? Get up and get on with it. You got this. I believe in you. That's all I got today. I wish you a day filled with peace, happiness, and loving kindness. And remember, my friends, until next time, be kind, be well, and be yourself. We'll talk soon.